Hello, good evening. So, in my previous video, we have already discussed something about graph. So, graph means related to coordinate geometry. How to find the location of a point in two-dimensional uh, axis like x and y axis, how to locate those points, and how to find the gradient of a straight line. That was the main point which we have discussed earlier in my previous video. Now the same concept taking forward, now we are going to make equation of a straight line, okay, and in that what will be the intercept on y axis, what will be the gradient, and in which way graph has to be plotted. That part we are going to discuss now in this exercise 2. Please come, we will solve together. And once again, thank you very much to all of you who are giving me your kind support, motivation, and encouragement. Thank you very much once again. So, as I told, that we are going to study the equation of a straight line today, which will be in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. Let me give you some introduction. So gradient of a straight line already we have discussed in our previous video. We talked about that if any line joining 2 points, okay, or more than 2 points, any straight line, and if it is having the form in this way which is represented in the uh, graph now, so it is x dash axis, and it is y dash axis. So the slope of this line, okay, so it will be positive. Slope means what? Like if suppose we do have a platform in this way, okay, we want to climb, we are climbing here. So once we are going for climbing, so this is actually slope, and you can say the height of the slope, the maximum height is this one from the ground. So this is called slope, and it is also called as gradient. So the line, if it is drawn in a graph and if it is in this form, it will be having positive slope, whereas if the line is drawn in this way, it will be having negative slope or gradient. Okay, and how that gradient is found? So suppose if any 2 points are there, A and B, this I am giving you an introduction, okay, and it is having the point as x1 and y1. We know that in coordinate geometry always two coordinates are there, one will be x coordinate, another one will be y coordinate. Suppose this point A, so it will be represented with two coordinates x1 and y1. Okay, similarly if this point is there, it is B, x2 and y2. Suppose if any 2 points are being joined by any line having coordinates x1, y1 and x2, y2, then the gradient of this line, that is m, will be equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. If 2 points are given to you, we can find out the gradient. If suppose it is not given, if it is given only distance, then we can find out. So the distance between these 2 points, that is, this is called origin, okay. So if this is y distance is there and this is x distance is there, then m will become y by x. So if distance is given, then also we will be able to find. If 2 points are given, then also we will be able to find the gradient. Okay. Now another case is there. Just let me erase it. We discussed gradient. Now we will discuss equation of a line with gradient and y-intercept, means y is equal to mx plus c. It means this is an equation of a line having an intercept. So this is the intercept. Okay, this is the intercept, y distance, which is actually c. So having y-intercept at c means it is crossing at y-axis through c, and it is having the gradient m. So this line will be having an equation, means the gradient and the y-intercept is related with this equation, y is equal to mx plus c. And in this particular exercise, our main motto is to utilize this equation particularly. So let us learn with the help of questions which is given in exercise 2. Before that, just for giving you an introduction of gradient in our day-to-day life, I am going to solve a typical problem from this exercise 1 star, which will make everything clear. If more clarity is required, please watch my previous video in which exercise 1 star is completely solved, and purposely I left question number 7 there so that I can utilize it here to make you all to get some knowledge on this gradient. See here, question is given, Antonio enjoys mountain biking. He has found that the maximum gradient which he can cycle up is 0.3 and the maximum gradient he can safely descend is 0.5. Now, Antonio's map has a scale of 2 centimeter to 1 kilometer. Means for 1 kilometer, he is utilizing in his graph 2 centimeter with contours every 25 meter. With contours every 25 meter. What is the minimum distance between the contours, that is lines on a map, showing the height of land on his map that allows him to go uphill and downhill? So it means if this is the level of ground and if suppose this is the height of a point, you can say mountain top. So he enjoys cycling up. So cycling up means, right. So slope of this particular line which is positive, it will be 0.3. Okay. So the more higher value of slope, the more steepest it is. Okay. So now descending. So he has climbed up here up to point A, and if it is O, it is B, and he went for descending. So descending will be more steep. Why? Because its gradient is 0.5. Let us take it as M2 and let us take it as M1. From the given information, this we are getting. Now, contours every 25 meter. It means this particular height is 25 meter. Now this distance x and this distance y are different, and we need to find this x and y only. So y, if we are finding for downhill the minimum distance. If we are finding x, it will be for uphill. Now utilizing the concept of gradient, as I told you, okay, so the first one m will be equal to, so the height, suppose this point is C, so it is AC by OC. M1 already given to us, so it is 0.3. AC is also given to us, it is 25 meter divided by x meter. Okay, right. Now further, this x will be equal to 25 by 0.3, or we can write it as 250 by 3. So 250 by 3 meter. Similarly, y we can find out utilizing M2. So AC by y, and this will be giving to us as 25 by 0.5, and y is equal to, we can say, sorry, AC by y, 25 by, this is y, and is equal to 0.5. So y equal to 25 by 0.5 meter, which will be equal to 250 by 5 meter. Now we have to represent the distance in the form of centimeter, in centimeter, whereas it is given a scale of 2 centimeter to 1 kilometer. It means we need to convert this meter into kilometer and then further centimeter. Okay, so x, if we are converting it into kilometer, so it means we need to divide it by 1000. Okay, so 1 meter is equal to 1 by 1000 kilometer. So 250 by 3 into 1000, so it will become 3000 kilometer. Similarly, y is equal to 250 divided by 5000 kilometer. Okay, right. So now 1 kilometer is equal to 2 centimeter. We need to convert that. So therefore, our answer here I am writing A, the answer of A for uphill, that is x meter. Okay, in centimeter we will be writing. So it will be 250 by 3000 into 2 centimeter. Okay, 2 centimeter. So if we are going for cancellation, 25 means 0 has got cancelled, and 25 1 ja 25, and then 50, so it will become 12, and with this 2 if we are cancelling, So it is 6. So it means x is equal to 1 by 6 centimeter in the map. Similarly, y is equal to 250 by 5000 kilometer into 2 centimeter. So 2 centimeter per kilometer it is. Now this 0 and 0 got cancelled. 25, 20 and 2, 10. So it is giving us as 1 by 10 centimeter, can be written as 0.1 centimeter or 1 by 10 centimeter also we can leave. So uphill it will be 1 by 6 centimeter and downhill 1 by 10 centimeter. 1 by 10 centimeter. So in this way we have got a good concept of utilizing gradient in our day-to-day life. Now moving to exercise 2, where we will be utilizing the concept of a straight line, that is y is equal to mx plus c, and c is the y-intercept actually. C is the y-intercept. Let me write it properly. So like this, and this is the line, this distance and this distance is c, means c intercept. So this is what, 0 and c, this point p, and the slope of this line is m. So that's why the line's equation is y is equal to ms plus c. M is the gradient and c is called y-intercept. Y-intercept. Okay. So now the question is, copy and complete the table of values for y is equal to 2x minus 3. So we need to put the values. If x equal to minus 2 is given, we need to find the value of y. So we are already knowing. Okay, so in algebra we have already discussed how to solve the equations and all. Just we will be putting the values. So if we are putting the value minus 2, then is equal to y is equal to minus 2 into 2, minus 4, minus 3. So it has become minus 7. So here it will become minus 7. Minus 1 and minus 5 already given. If x equal to 0, then 0 minus 3. So it will become minus 3. So here it is minus 3. If x equal to 1, then 2 minus 3. So that is minus 1. 2, 1 already given. If x equal to 3, then 3, 2 just 6 minus 3. So it will become 3. Okay. Now it is given, draw the graph of y is equal to 2x minus 3 and x is lying between minus 2 and 3, including minus 2 and 3. Okay. So just we can draw the graph by putting, we can see that x, when x equal to 0, y is equal to minus 3. So this line is having a point 0 and minus 3 on x-axis. And if y is equal to 0, then it is 2x minus 3, and it will be giving to us as x is equal to 3 by 2, which is 1.5. So 1.5, it means, right. So another point will be, you can say 1.5 and 0, right? So x equal to 0 and y is equal to minus 3. So somewhere here, suppose if we are taking as 0 and minus 3, and another point, suppose it is 1.5 if we are taking here. So 1.5 and 0, if this point is there, if this is A, this is B, so the line which is joining like this, so this will be the graph. and this will be the gradient. Gradient is what? M is equal to 2. Y-intercept, this is actually minus 3. So this is the graph. Here I am drawing approximate graph. Similarly, find the gradient and y-intercept of the graph. So gradient is 2 and y-intercept is minus 3. So C is equal to minus 3. C is equal to minus 3. Use your graph to estimate the value of y when x is 0.6. So y value will be what? So 2 into 0.6 minus 3, and it will be 1.2 minus 3 will give you minus 1.8. So it is not the exact value. What it is? It is not an exact value. It is approximate value. Approximate value. Same way, here question number 2 is there. We need to choose, as I told earlier, the more gradient, the more steepest. So the line with the steepest gradient. So here the gradient is 2, here the gradient is 1, here the gradient is minus 3, here the gradient is 3, here the gradient is 4, here the gradient is 2. So in this case, we find the gradient is more. So it will be having steepest gradient, this line. The line with the negative gradient, so negative gradient is there, this one. So this y is equal to minus 3x plus 5. Pair of parallel lines. So parallel lines are those lines whose gradients are same. So we can see that in this line gradient is 2, in this line gradient is 2. So it means y is equal to 2x plus 3 and y is equal to 2x minus 4. So both are parallel because their gradients are same. So m1 is equal to m2 is the condition for parallel lines. Gradient should be same. Okay. Now in question number 3, in a physics lesson, Chantil adds weight to a spring and carefully measures the extension. Right? She finds that the weight y gram, it is in gram, weight is in gram, is related to the extension x centimeter and the extension is in centimeter by the formula y is equal to 0.5x plus 1. And this x is lying between 0 to 20. Okay. Now draw the graph of y against x for 0 to 20. So same way we will be going for, simply we need to draw the graph. So once we will be putting x equal to 0, y is equal to 1. So one point is 0 and 1. Another point, we will be going for y is equal to 0 and then x equal to what? So if y is equal to 0, then x equal to minus 1 by 0.5 and it is giving us as minus 10 by 5. So 2. So x equal to minus 2. So minus 2 and 0 is the another point. We will join these 2 points. So the first point, so it is x, x dash, it is y, it is y dash, minus 2 and 0. So minus 2 will be somewhere here, you can say minus 2 and 0 if this is the point A, and another point is 0 and 1. So you can say somewhere here it will be, so it is B and it is 0 and 1 where x is 0. So on axis, another axis, like on y axis x will be 0, on x axis y will be 0. We will join these 2 points. Straight line, it will be straight line. Please do not say that why it is not a straight line. So it will be straight line only. So here I am drawing just approximate graph. So this is the equation for y is equal to 0.5x plus 1 graph. So please use graph paper. Use this graph to find the weight for a 17 centimeter extension. So from graph we will be able to find the values very easily. Okay. So x we can go for, it is 0 only, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, like this we can move on. And similarly for y also we can go for 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. In this way we can move on. So from the graph we will be able to find very easily. But here I am not having that graph at present. I have drawn only approximate graph. So we will calculate better. So weight for a 17 centimeter extension. It means we are given x is equal to 17 centimeter. We need to find the weight. So y value. So y is equal to 0.5 into 17 plus 1. It is giving 8.5. 8.5 plus 1, and y is equal to, it is 9.5 gram. So the weight will be 9.5 gram. G. Similarly, extension produced by a 5 gram weight. So extension produced, we need to find, you can say x value. So y is equal to 0.5x plus 1, and y is equal to, so y is already given to us, that is 5 gram, and 0.5x plus 1. So from here 5 minus 1 is equal to 0.5x, which will be giving to us x is equal to 4 by 0.5, and it will be 8 centimeter. 8 centimeter extension. So for this answer will be 8 centimeter. Another thing, what would Chantel's formula predict for the springs extension for a 1 kg weight? So it means we are given y is equal to 1 kg, that is 1000 gram. 1000 gram. So we will utilize y is equal to 1000 gram in this formula, x plus 1. So here we will be writing 1000 is equal to 0.5x plus 1, which will be, you can say 0.5x is equal to 1000 minus 1, so 999, and further x will be equal to 999 by 0.5. This decimal we will remove, it will become 9990 by 5. If we are dividing, so it is 515, 49, 5 9 are 45, again 49, 5 9 are 45, and 8. So 1998 centimeter. So in this we have got x is equal to 1998 centimeter. So maybe in the graph, because we have not gone for creating the graph up to 1998 centimeter, up to 20 centimeter only we have created the graph. So it means it will be outside the range of the graph. Okay, right. Now, question number 4. A monkey puzzle tree can grow up to 40 meter. So this is the puzzle tree given to us. It will be growing up to the height. It is growing up to the height of 40 meter h and can live for 1000 years. The time. So t is given to us as 1000 years. Now Idris plants a monkey puzzle tree in his school playground and calculates that tree's height, that is y meter, is related to the time t years after it was planted by the formula. So the growth of the plant with years or time is given by the formula y is equal to 0.9 t plus 1, whereas t is in years. Okay, and t is given to us between 0 to 10. Means you can say up to 10 years. Now draw a graph of y against t for 0 to 10. It means we need to draw a graph as we have drawn earlier. Okay, again we will be finding 2 points. Here I am creating 2 points and drawing a graph, rough graph, whereas you will be drawing in graph paper. So if you can say y, t is equal to 0, then what will be y? So y is equal to 1. It means one point is 0 and 1. Another point, if y is equal to 0, then what will be t? So t will be minus 1 by 0 0.9, or it will become minus 10 by 9. Minus 10 by 9. So the value here is minus 10 by 9 and 0. So in x, we will be going for time in years. In y, we are going for height in meter. Okay, meter. So we will put the point. So x equal to 0 and y is equal to 1 somewhere here. Okay, so 0 and 1. Similarly, minus 10 by 9 and 0. So minus 10 by 9 means 1.1 type here. Minus 10 by 9, 0 this point. So the line joining these 2 points will be the graph. Okay. And from graph, we are asked to find the height of the tree when it is planted and after 20 months. So it is given in month, it is not given in year. So 20 month, we need to convert it into year here. Okay, so 20 months will be equal to 20 by 12 years. 4 3s are 4 5s are. So it will be 5 by 3 years. Okay, it means t is equal to 5 by 3. What will be the height? So we need to find y. So y is equal to 0 0.9 into 5 by 3 plus 1. So this is 0 0.3, and 5 into 0 0.3 will be giving as 1.5 plus 1, and y is equal to 2.5 meter. So the first one is y is equal to 2.5 meter. Now we need to find the time when the tree is 5.5 meter high. So y is given to us. Okay, so y is 5.5 is equal to 0 0.9 into t plus 1. Again 1 will be subtracted, so that will become 4.5 is equal to 0 0.9, and t is equal to, t here 4.5 by 0 0.9 is giving us as 5 years. T is equal to 5 years. Now Idris realizes that the school playground will be totally in shadow when the tree is 19 meter tall. Use the formula to find out when this will happen and comment on your answer. So 19 meter tall is given to us, the height. So 19 meter is equal to 0 0.9 t in plus 1. And this 0 0.9 t is equal to 19 minus 1, so it is 18. Further, t is equal to 18 by 0 0.9, and it is 180 by 9 to 0. So t is equal to 20 years. In 20 years, the tree will gain the height of 19 meter. Again, we have drawn the graph only for 0 to 10 years. So this particular 20 years tall, we will not be in a position to find out from the graph. That's why it is given that comment on your answer. It is outside the range of the graph. So from formula we can find. Right. Similarly, question number 5. Depth of water d meter in an African desert well during the dry season in the first t days of December is given by the formula d is equal to minus 0.3 t plus 10, and where t is lying between 0 to 30. T is in days. Now the draw a graph of d against t. So same way we will be drawing. Same way we will draw. We will go for 2 points y dash, and if you can say d is equal to 0, then t is equal to minus 10 by minus 0.3, minus minus will get cancelled, it will become 100 by 3, and it is 33.3. Okay, 33.3. So this d will be here, and here t will be there in days. So we will be getting 33.3 and 0, 1 point. Another point when t is equal to 0, then d is equal to 10. So another point is 0 and 10. So x equal to 0, y is equal to 10. Somewhere here 0 and 10. Similarly, if y is equal to 0 and d is equal to, not d, t is equal to 33.3. So it will be beyond 30 is there, up to 30 we are doing, right? So somewhere here 33.3 and 0 we are placing. This will be the graph. Like this, the graph will be there, the straight line. Okay. Now use this graph to find the depth of water. Again, graph only has to be used here. So we will study actually when we will be putting actual graph paper, then we will study that how to find out directly without any calculation. Here I am doing with calculation. So depth of water in the well on 25th December. So on 25th December, it means 25 days. Okay. So on depth of water in the well on 25th December, we need to find. It means 25 we need to put as t. So t is equal to 25 is given to us. We need to find d. So minus 0.3 into 25 plus 10, and it will be giving to us as 75. So 7.5 minus plus 10, and it is 2.5. D is in meter, so 2.5 meter. The date when the water is 7 meter deep. So means t is given to us, sorry, t we need to find, d is given to us into. So d is given to us at 7 meter and minus 0.3 t plus 10. Then further it will become 7 minus 10 is equal to minus 0.3 t is equal to minus 3 is equal to minus 0.3 t. Further t is equal to minus 3 by minus 0.3. Okay, and it will become 30 by 3, so 10. So t is equal to 10 days. It means on 10th December. 10th December, the water will be 7 meter. Okay. According to the formula, when the well be dry? Comment on your answer. It means D will become 0. D will be completely equal to 0 if it will be dry. So if we are putting D is equal to 0, then we are getting 0 is equal to minus 0.3 T plus 10, and here 0.3 T is equal to 10. Further, T is equal to 10 by 0.3. So it will become 100 by 3, and this is giving to us as 33.3. Okay, so when will the well be dry? So we can say that after 33 days. 0.3 if we are ignoring, then we will be getting after 33 days. Sometimes it will be moving to, sometimes or what, compulsorily it will be moving to January. So on 2nd January we can say the well will be dry. Okay, so it is beyond, it will be crossing the month of December. Right. Question number 6. One more thing I want to say, that here, while drawing the graph itself, we have already shown that when this depth of water will become 0, so that is 33, 100 by 3 or 33.3 days. Now, next question. Tatiana buys a new refrigerator and switches it on at midday. The air temperature inside the freezer, which is in T degree centigrade, and time in hours T after she switches it on, is given by the formula, this formula. So T is equal to minus 4T plus 15, whereas T is in hours, temperature is in degree centigrade or degree Celsius, and the T is lying between 0 to 6, maximum 6 hours. So draw a graph of T against T for 0 to 12, when T will be varying from 0 to 12. So further again, if we are drawing a graph, x dash, y dash, and it is going from 1 2 3 like this, 4, somewhere here 12. Okay, here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, like this. Similarly here, if we are going for temperature, then 1, so this side actually temperature in degree Celsius, this side it is T in hours. Like this we need to indicate, we need to write 2, 3, 4, like this. Now we will be finding T is equal to minus 4T plus 15. We will find the value. So when T is equal to 0, T is equal to 15. So one point is 0 and 15. So somewhere very top, so suppose if it is 15, so this point is 0 and 15, 1 point. Here we have got another point. If T is equal to 0, then what will be T? So minus 4T is equal to minus 15, minus minus will get cancelled. T is equal to 15 by 4, which is approximately 4 3s are 12, 33.75. 3.75 approximately, we can say 4, near to 4. So at this point where it is 3.75 and T is 0. So this 2 point we can join, and this one, this will be the graph. the graph for t is equal to minus 4t plus 15. Use this graph to find the freezer temperature before C turns it on. Okay, so C is switching it on at midday. Air temperature inside the freezer after C switches it on is given by this formula. Okay, so the freezer temperature when C turns it on, it means T will be equal to 0. Once T is equal to 0, so what will be the temperature? So the temperature will be T is equal to minus 4 into 0 plus 15. So T will be 15 degrees centigrade. The time when the freezer temperature is 0 degree centigrade and minus 5 degree centigrade. So we need to find two times, that when the freezer temperature is 0 degree centigrade and when it is at minus 5 degree centigrade. So we will put the value T is equal to 0 once we will be putting it, and we will get minus 4T plus 15. Okay, so T is equal to 0 already we have got. Okay, when the temperature is 0, so it is the time in hour 3.75. So 15:4. So what is that hour? It is actually 3 is 12, 3 by 4. So here from, because we have already made it, so T is equal to 3 by 4 hours. Okay, and when it is minus 5, so minus 4T plus 15, it will be giving us as minus 4T is equal to minus 5 minus 15, and minus 4T is equal to minus 20. Minus minus will get cancelled, 4 5 ja. So T is equal to 5 hour. After 5 hour, the temperature will be minus 5 degree centigrade. Okay, so here the answer will be T is equal to 3 by 4 hour and T is equal to 5 hour. Use the formula to find the freezer temperature at 7:30 p.m. on that day. Okay, comment on your answer. So C switches it on at midday, just in the midday you can say, and we need to find the temperature at 7:30 p.m. So T, suppose midday means C is switching it on just at 1 p.m. Okay, switching it on at 1 p.m. Okay, it is given that maximum C is going for 6 hours. Okay, but it is 7:30 p.m. we need to find. It means T we can put as 7 hours 30 minutes. 7 1 by 2 hour is equal to 15 by 2 hour T. Then the temperature will be minus 4 into 15 by 2 plus 15 and this 2. So 2 is T is equal to minus 30 plus 15, which will be giving us as T is equal to minus 15 degree Celsius. Okay, so at 7:30 p.m. the temperature will be minus 15 degrees centigrade. So in this way, actually we solved questions related to the equation of that straight line, in which we are using gradient, in which we have used intercept, y-intercept, and we have seen that how the relation between two variables can be established Here actually the relation between two variables, sometimes we used to say that it is linear equation in two variable. Yes, of course it is linear equation in two variable, but it is showing us a relation between those two variables. So thank you very much. Once again, we'll meet in next video. Thank you.